Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to the Player Signing Show presented by Lippes Mathias, attorneys at law. I'm Guy Carenza, and tonight we welcome the ninth Gladiator to the 2025-26 squad. And here's a quick recap. If you've just joined us, if you are coming here for the first time, please drop your question for our newest Gladiator in the live chat. We'll get to that in the second portion of the show. So any question you want to ask our newest Gladiator, just put it in the live chat, and we'll get to it to the second portion. For all of you who are returning, welcome back as we bring back the ninth Gladiator to the squad. This is a Gladiator that is returning from last season. He's entering his third season as a pro, and it's his second full season. He's entering his first season as a Gladiator as he came to the squad in a trade in March last season. He's a right shot forward, standing at 6 foot even, 180 pounds, comes all the way from Calgary, Alberta. He's a former NHL draft pick of the San Jose Sharks in the 7th round in 2020. Last year with the Gladiators, he had 4 goals and 4 assists in 11 games. It is my honor to welcome Alex Young back to the Gladiators for his second season with the club. Alex, thank you for joining me so much here tonight.
Thank you so much for having me.
So tell me, what are you looking forward to the most in your first full season here in Atlanta?
Just getting kind of like a full taste of the fans, the team, the area, the city, the arena, just kind of the whole atmosphere and feel for Atlanta and Duluth. That I was only there for about 3 weeks to finish the season after being traded from Adirondack at the end of the season, right near the trade deadline. So really getting a whole feel for the area and the team, the fans is what I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah, and what was it about this team or this area that made you want to resign? I mean, was it all of the above for you?
A little bit, yeah. I definitely loved the feel and the welcome that I got from the coaches and the team and the fans after that trade at the deadline, and just coming down and living in a really cool area and just getting that taste of it and wanting to come back and experience it again for a full season.
Yeah, tell me about that trade. As you mentioned it, bit of a strange occurrence, a trade, especially being a player. What was that like for you, especially being so late in the season? You talked about it being here for maybe 3 weeks. What was it like being traded, knowing you're coming to Atlanta, and then how were you able to have such big success in that short time that you were here?
Yeah, it was definitely unexpected. I wasn't thinking in my mind that I was about to be traded. And when I heard the news, I didn't know what to think. And then just kind of was looking forward and put my sights ahead to head down to Atlanta, and got really excited about that. And then once I got there, everything was just a really positive experience. And like I mentioned, a really warm welcome from the coaching staff. And I fit in well with the team. And the players that I met there were great people and great players. I really enjoyed meeting all of them, and getting to see some of the guys returning already is very exciting. I'm looking forward to playing with them again, and just coming in and experiencing the rink and having that quick success, like you mentioned, was something that felt good, and I was excited to have that coming in after that trade, and it made me just get really excited to come back and look forward for another season.
Yeah, and I know it must have helped you a little bit to have one of your former teammates from Adirondack come with you in that trade, and Ryan Francis. Do you think that made things a little bit easy for you in that transition?
Yeah, it was definitely easier to have him alongside me. It kind of one familiar face coming over is definitely a huge help, and moving from all the way up in the Northeast and upstate New York down to the South in Atlanta, it's a big trip, and just going to a new team in general is a lot of new faces and unfamiliar territory. So having that familiar face in Ryan Francis was a big step, and something that really helped me out going down there. And I'm sure I hope that I helped him out as well going into that new environment. So yeah, that was a big help that he was able to be there with me.
Well, we're so happy to have you back this season. Happy that you came over last season. Gladiators fans, if you did not get to see him on the ice last season, your chance is coming back this season. As single game tickets are now on sale. Get your tickets for opening weekend on October 18th and 19th against the Utah Grizzlies. Go to atlantagladiators.com. Pick your night. We've got a spot for you. And we've also got season ticket packages on sale as well. Full season, 18 game, 12 game, and 7 game. All you got to do is call 770-497-5100, and one of our awesome ticket reps will get you all taken care of. So you talk about last season. What was your biggest takeaway from really just your full season in the ECHL in general? You came in coming out off of a season with Arizona State, got a little bit in with Adirondack. Last season, your first full season between the Thunder and the Gladiators. What was that experience like for you, and what did you learn from it heading into this year?
A lot of it was just learning how to be a pro and also managing a pro schedule. Coming as you mentioned, coming out of college, playing in the NCAA, where a lot of it is focused on practice, and the schedule is around 40 to 38 games in length, and then transitioning that into a pro schedule. And a lot of times in the league, there's games that are scheduled quite close together. And we might be 3-3s, or a couple times where there's a long bus trip in between games. And so just learning to manage my body and manage myself in between those games, and being able to put myself at my best going into each game. And then just at the same time, figuring out that every team's competitive. They're all good. There's really no nights off in this league. And so just understanding that, and taking care of yourself is one of the main ways to kind of keep yourself ahead in this league, since there are so many games, and each game is top competitive night.
Yeah, I have so much admiration for you guys because, I mean, you think about those 3-3s. I mean, that has got to be just tough on the body. You kind of touched on it there, but how do you approach that as a player? Knowing 3 games, 3 nights, how do you get it done and come out of it not too bruised up?
Yeah, it's definitely tough. I mean, by that third game, you're feeling some aches and pains, and your body's trying to shut down, but you got to do your best to power through. And like as I mentioned before, just learning how to take care of yourself, and recovering after games, before games, a lot of stretching, staying hydrated, just kind of like that pro mental attitude of once you're off the ice, you're doing everything you can to take care of your body and prepare yourself for that next game. So, and then as I mentioned, just that attitude as well, and not taking their time away, and kind of just maybe you want to do nothing and just sit and rest, but you got to make sure that you're taking that extra time that you have to make sure your body is prepared for the next game.
Yeah, and you had 8 points in 11 games for the Gladiators last season in that 3-week span that you talked about. Pretty darn good. I'm going to play some of your tape right here. Tell me, Coach Ginn described you as a big body that skates well. You've got a good touch around the net. How would you describe your style of play, and what do you think is your biggest strength?
Well, yeah, it's very nice of Coach Ginn to describe me as a big body. And hopefully, well, I don't see myself as the biggest guy out there, but very nice of him. But yeah, I as you see there, I feel that I have a very good shot in my arsenal, and that's something that I'd like to do a lot more of in the upcoming season, is just shoot a lot more and put a lot of pucks on net. I feel like I'm a strong player that can be very creative and offensively minded. And I can also win some much needed face-offs. I feel that's one of my strengths as well. And yeah, just a player that loves to go around the net and loves to be around the net and bang and loose pucks and make plays in tight. And yeah, just as I mentioned, a very creative and skilled forward.
Well, I love that you just touched on your shot, because that was going to be my follow-up question. You've got an awesome shot. We saw it in a couple of those clips there. How have you been able to grow that skill, and how do you use that to your advantage?
Just, I guess, a lot of reps, a lot of practice. Just, yeah, kind of a little bit comes naturally, but just, yeah, putting in the time, and having a lot of different coaches along my path that have worked with me and give me a lot of tips and advice that have been extremely helpful throughout the years. And then, like I mentioned, just that kind of game experience as well, knowing when to shoot, where to shoot. And I'm hoping to do that a lot more this year and put a lot more pucks on net than I have in the past.
You and me both. I'm looking forward to having you back this season. For those of you just joining us, Alex Young returns to the Gladiators for his first full season with the club. Was acquired via trade late last season, so we're looking to see what you can do on a full schedule with the Gladiators. And for those of you just joining who are new to the show, drop your question in the live chat for Alex, and we'll get to that in the second portion of the show. Didn't spend too long with the Gladiators last season, but was there a favorite memory or moment with the club that you had last season?
Yeah, I think favorite moment for sure was with Neely's retirement, kind of that final game that uh, he played at home, and the ceremony and salute from the fans. I thought that was a really awesome moment, and to see his wife and his son out there with him too. That was really cool and something that was very special for him, and just being only able to play with him for a short time, and the impact that he even had on me and the leader that he was. And then I saw the respect that everybody on the team had for him. To have that moment for himself was really, really special to see.
Yeah, that's such an awesome moment. Are there any other guys that you can think of in your career that have kind of been a mentor to you that can still kind of coach you, whether you're on the same team or not, that you can talk to after a game and say, hey, like, what do you think of this? Or, in that same regard?
Yeah, absolutely. I think a couple of guys I played with back in junior, and one of them is named Connor Lyons, and we were kind of just together with each other playing a lot, and would talk to each other a lot after games. And I have my older brother as well. His name is Colton Young, and he plays in this upcoming season. I don't know if it's announced yet, so actually I can't say where he's going yet. But he plays in the UCHL as well, and he's been someone that I've played with many years as well. And so, yeah, he's been someone that I talked to a bunch about hockey.
That's awesome to hear. And we're looking forward to seeing you back on the ice this season. And Glads fans, rep some of the newest merch to see Alex on the ice. Come to Gas South Arena and wear one of these awesome hats. These are my picks. We've got a couple more on our team store on the pre-order link, which I'm going to drop in the chat right now. But these are just a couple of the ones that I've picked. And Stadium Arena, I know you're going to like that top one, man. They got the old colors on there. You're a big fan of that. And then I really like that white and blue one down there on the bottom. I might have to get that myself. I might have to just put in a little pre-order for me because I am a big fan of that. And so that you can get your hands on those as well. All I got to do is click this link that I'm about to drop down in the chat, and you can pre-order that hat and have it ready for opening night when we take on the Utah Grizzlies to kick off the 2025-26 campaign. All right, so you touched on your time in college before. You played at two different schools. You started at Colgate, then you went to Arizona State for your final year. What was it like for you to have that experience, and what was your biggest takeaway there that helped you prepare for the pro level?
Yeah, those were two very awesome schools that I was lucky enough to play for. And my time at Colgate, I played there for 3 seasons, and those were probably 3 of the best and coolest seasons of my career. And that was just a really awesome place to play. And same with Arizona State, especially that only played there for 1 year, but being able to share that mold arena with the Arizona Coyotes was a pretty unique experience. I don't think many other players get to say that they've shared an arena with an NHL team, but just coming away from that and learning how in the college game, how important it is to be kind of keeping at the top of your game, and that schedule where you're only playing 2 games a week and it's on a Friday, Saturday most of the time. A lot of practice and a lot of preparation goes in each week. So just seeing kind of the detail that goes in behind the game and working with your coaching staff and preparing for those upcoming opponents really opened my eyes to see like just how many details and the strategy that you can fit into a game, and a lot of the thoughts and process behind a lot of elements to the game. Whereas a player, I used to just go out on the ice and just play and kind of put the blinders on and see what's in front of me. But a lot of coaches that I had throughout Colgate kind of showed me a whole nother level to the game with, whether it's just watching a lot of film on defense, offense, power play, penalty kill, neutral zone, just so many different aspects of the game that I believe got elevated in with my own hockey sense through those years.
That sounds like a great experience. And I'm curious because you mentioned sharing that arena with the Arizona Coyotes in your final season. What was that like? Would you just see them on a regular basis, just kind of in passing, like, the ASU, the Sun Devils, and then the Coyotes? How did that work?
Yeah, it's funny you asked that. That's kind of like the question that most people do ask when they understand that the Coyotes were sharing that arena. But more so, I got to see the visiting teams in our rink, and they would come in and do like a morning skate or a practice, either before or after our practice time. And I believe the Coyotes would practice at a separate facility, and then they would come in for their own morning skate or game. But yeah, a lot of the times it would be the visiting teams, which was also very cool because they were teams that would, you would see very less often, just coming in on a very infrequent basis and rotating teams as well. So yeah, that was a very cool experience to kind of just see them hop on the same ice as soon as we had finished up our practice.
Yeah, that's very unique. I don't think very many people outside of the guys that were on that team during that time span can say that they had an experience quite like that. So
Yeah.
that's super awesome. And while we're on the topic of the NHL, you're actually an NHL draft pick yourself, 7th round, 196 overall in 2020 by the San Jose Sharks. Tell me all about that, man. That have to have been a crazy experience for you.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a really cool experience. And I got drafted while I was practicing as well. The draft had been pushed back for a few months back in 2020 with the pandemic. And I was down at Colgate University and we were practicing while I got drafted, and my teammates were all celebrating with me. So that was just a really awesome experience for them to kind of break the news to me. It was very special. But then just being able to go down to the Sharks camp every summer and learn from their coaches and compete against their other top prospects and see a few other NHL players that were hanging around there in training, and just kind of getting a whole atmosphere for how an NHL program runs itself and how their players hold themselves, and the standard that you're expected to set yourself at with the coaching staff and player development and everyone within that organization. Just being able to learn from that and have that experience was something really cool that I'll take forward with me for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that's really cool. And to touch on the draft again, so you were out practicing, and what I remember, that draft was done like all virtually because of the pandemic. So was somebody just watching it and they were just like, because if you're skating out there, how did that work? Was someone just like banging on the glass like, dude, you just got drafted? Like,
So
was that essentially how it worked?
Since it was still kind of like in the depths of COVID, and we were limited to small groups on the ice. So we kind of had half the team on and half the team like off, and we practiced half and half for a few minutes and then would switch. And so, yeah, the group that was off, my teammates were watching, checking up on their phone on the draft, and my name popped up, and they jumped out on the bench and let me know.
Dude, that's an awesome story. I mean, to think that's one of the biggest achievements a guy can have in his career playing hockey is to get drafted. I mean, that's like the first step to making it to the show. So kind of tell me how it all started then. What got you into hockey?
Just being put on the ice by my parents at a really young age, and learning and being from Canada and being from Calgary, where hockey's kind of all around you, and just growing up in that atmosphere and competing against my brothers growing up, and then just with my friends and other teammates throughout the years, and just kind of being in that hockey atmosphere with the city and kind of all my friends around me at the same time. So yeah, starting from a young age, and just loving the game ever since.
Yeah, and you talked about your brothers earlier growing up. How much did they impact you growing up playing hockey?
Oh, it was a ton. I mean, always having either a teammate or an enemy at home practicing against, and just kind of going through the same experiences that I have one older brother and one younger brother that we would kind of go through together and be playing with each other at home. Was just a really cool experience, and to kind of be able to play with or against them at some point was awesome.
Is there a role model or a player that you looked up to growing up that you kind of modeled your game
Yeah,
after?
yeah, a little bit. I mean, growing up as a young kid in Calgary, I loved to watch Jerome McGinley. He was kind of my favorite player, and everyone in my family's favorite player. And then afterwards, I thought that I was Patrick Kane, which I'm not Patrick Kane, but I tried to pretend that I was him. So yeah, I don't know. I've kind of followed and have tried to model my game after a lot of different players, and just kind of a mix of a bunch of different players, I guess.
That's awesome, man. Hey, take it all, put it all together, be the best you can be. I love that. All right, we're going to take our time to turn it to the second portion of the show where we get to our fan questions for Alex Young, returning for his third season as a pro, his first full season as a Gladiator. I'll check in the live chat and see who is here. Good to see Jared Youngman, the president, Tracy Hayes, Fuzzy, Joe Mama. Good to see you back. Casey Reynolds. Good to see everybody back here for another edition of the Player Signing Show. And let the questions commence. Good to see everybody. A lot of messages. Taking me time to find some questions. We've got Alex Young on the show. All right, RJ Sells asks, what's your favorite song to play on the aux?
I don't know. Depends on like what kind of, if it's in the dressing room or if I'm just kind of at home or something. I'm a Calvin Harris fan. So one of my favorite songs by him is Feels.
Yeah, there you go.
I forget the name of the other one, but yeah. Big Calvin Harris fan, and Avicii as well. Those are my two kind of artists that I listen to.
Calvin Harris is low-key slept on, man. He's got some good bangers in him. I just don't think people really know. So I like that answer. Oh, man, we got a good question here from Joe Mama. Joe Mama tries to stump us here on the show. Let's see if we can answer this one. Do fish get thirsty?
Do fish get thirsty? I think they definitely have to. I don't know if they're drinking water or, they got salt water in the ocean there. That's the freshwater fish. I don't know. I'm not a fish expert. It's kind of like is water wet question.
Yeah. Well, that one's been asked on the show too by Joe Mama. So you're on the same wavelength there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think we can both agree. I don't think water is a problem for the fish. So, I mean, whether they do or they don't get thirsty, not really an issue for them. Got plenty of it. Got a question here. What is your dream car?
Is this the Ferrari? Is that their dream car?
Yeah,
he's asking if that one is mine as well.
Yeah, is that your dream car?
I don't know. Mine might be a Porsche 911. I got to look into like all the different models of stuff. Here they've got a pretty specific one, but some sort of Porsche 911.
Very cool. Jared Youngman, the president, asks, what are your pregame rituals?
Nothing specific. I mean, like nothing like really superstitious. I guess I just kind of have a ritual, same sort of like timing of things where I'll eat a pregame meal at the same time. Food doesn't have to be anything specific. A lot of times I'll have a pasta with ground beef, or maybe it's a chicken and rice if we're on the road. Sometimes it's whatever's available as well on the road. And then just having a nap at the same time and heading to the rink and taping my stick and doing a nice stretching routine. That's pretty much it.
Awesome. Penn Campbell asks, what is your favorite part of Atlanta?
I don't even know if I can answer that right now. I got to figure it out. But
I might have to figure that out this year.
Yeah, definitely will. And also, kind of just being driven around by a few of the guys last year. Wasn't able to explore a ton, but Duluth area right now. That's my favorite.
Duluth is great. We got another question from the president. Alex Hobbs, one of our great ticket reps, actually manager of service and retention. If those of you who know him, he's great. He wants to know if you are staying with jersey number 22. That's his favorite.
Waiting to hear back from the equipment manager on that.
All right. We'll put a pin in it.
We'll see.
And now Alex Hobbs asks on behalf of Jared Youngman, the president, he's wondering what your stick flex is.
Yeah, it's a 75 flex right now.
Very cool. Peyton's got good words for you. Missed you. Loved having you in Adirondack. Seems like you were a fan favorite up there. And we got another question from Jared Youngman on behalf of another member of our ticketing staff, Alex Bennett, manager of ticket sales, wants to know who your favorite MLB team is.
I think I got to go with the Atlanta Braves. I actually have one baseball jersey, and it happens to be a Ronald Acuna Jr. jersey.
Okay.
Yeah, so I got to go with the Braves. I'm not a huge baseball fan. I don't follow it a ton, but that's the one jersey I have. It happens to be the Braves jersey.
Yeah, I'm not much of a big baseball guy either, but I'm glad that you mentioned it because I'm trying to get into it. And all of us Glads fans are too. We're coming up on the night at the ballpark this Saturday, August 16th. It is finally here. Doors open at 4:05 p.m. Game starts at 6:05. All Gladiator fans will be in section 105, and we're going to have a great time. So tickets are in high demand and in short supply. And the day is coming up quick, so you better get them before they're gone. Scan that QR code for your tickets, or you can click this link that I'm about to drop in the live chat. And I want to see you at the ballpark, and you better be there or be square. Once again, the night at the ballpark with the Glads this Saturday, courtesy of Mr. Alex Hobbs and our good friends over at the Gwinnett Stripers. On with the show. We are back to our fan questions before we run out of time. I don't want to keep you for too long. Got a question here from Joe Mama. Are eyebrows considered facial hair?
These are some good questions.
Our fans don't disappoint.
I don't know. I don't think so. But I guess, well, actually, technically, I think it's got to be. It's hair on your face. I think that is kind of the definition.
Seems logical.
Yeah.
I want to know, on behalf of Alex Hobbs, I want to know what you like the most about Ryan Francis, your teammate in Adirondack, once again here in Atlanta. What can you tell me about him?
Well, first off, he's a great player. He's shifty. I remember the first time seeing him on the ice. We were at the Utica Comets camp in the start of the last season, and I just see this guy, and I was like, "Who is this guy? Who is like the shiftiest player I've ever seen on the ice?" But yeah, he's an awesome person, and trying to think of something funny about him. But yeah, he's just a great guy, and I enjoyed playing with him last year.
Awesome. Fuzzy asks, favorite potluck dish? And I believe this question is on behalf of the Booster Club.
Okay. I remember having a couple of their post-game meals at the end of last year, and someone had some really great meatballs. They were delicious. So yeah, that's my favorite.
Can't go wrong with a good meatball. Stadium Arena, thank you so much for your question. Who is your favorite Ottawa Senators player?
If we're going in, I guess all time, maybe I'll have to go with Danny Heatley.
That's a good answer, and that's a common answer.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong with Danny Heatley.
Fan favorite.
So you're from Calgary. Favorite team growing up, was it the Flames or maybe something off the board here?
Yeah, no, it was definitely the Flames. And I mentioned already that favorite player was Jerome McGinley. And then after that, naturally, it followed into Johnny Gaudreau as well. Yeah. And so I had number 13 playing in junior in Canmore in the AJHL. And then number 13 as well, heading over from Adirondack.
That's awesome. Casey Reynolds, thank you for joining the show, and thank you for your question. How do you adjust your game when facing a strong opponent? Good question. I like this question.
Yeah, it's a very good question. I think it's just keeping yourself disciplined and knowing that every play is important. And if you make a mistake, that if they're going to capitalize on it, you got to minimize those mistakes. So playing a little bit simpler at times, chipping in, getting behind them, trying not to, maybe make a risky cross ice pass that might get picked off. And against those good teams, if you get down a goal or two, it's so difficult to come back when they're so strong in all aspects. So just tightening up your own game and playing a little bit safer.
Awesome answer. Richard Elmore, do you lace the right or the left skate first?
This is kind of like I didn't mention this in my little pregame routine, but just kind of naturally happens where I always put whatever it is. If there's a pair of it, I put on the right side first. So I'll put on my right skate and then my left skate and then right elbow pad, right glove, stuff like that.
Interesting. Thank you for your question, Richard. Very fun to know. We got another question from Alex Hobbs coming up here, but before I do and talk about our great and fantastic staff, I actually have an announcement to make. We are going to be having the first Glad's State of the Union live on our YouTube channel next Wednesday, August 20th. So make sure there we're going to be revealing some really cool stuff. So stay tuned on that. We've also going to have some information for you season ticket holders. So you don't want to miss that. All of your questions will be answered next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. So make sure you tune in for that. And we'll have some of our great ticketing staff here with us, or some of our great staff. The president will be here. I'm looking forward to it. Make sure you join us live on YouTube next Wednesday at 6 o'clock. Now on with the show. Got a couple more for you before we let you go. Another question from Alex Hobbs. Thank you, Alex, for being a longtime fan. I, on his behalf, want to know if there's a nickname you prefer me to call you on the broadcast.
Not really. I mean, the usual nickname that I've had throughout the years on pretty much every team is Younger. So yeah, but yeah, you're good to call me Alex Young, Alex, anything.
Yeah. Awesome, man. Yeah, Alex Young, love it. Daffy Doo asks, are you a cat or a dog person?
I am a dog person. I actually just got a puppy corgi this summer. Right now he's 6 months old, so I've had him for pretty much at the beginning of the off season for 4 months almost now. And yeah, he's been awesome. And so yeah, definitely a dog person.
That's so cool. You might have to send us some pics here during the off season.
Yeah.
And that's awesome. Annika asks, have you ever tried rollerblading, and do you skate anywhere other than ice? Interesting question, but I like it.
Definitely rollerbladed quite a few times before, and my friends back here in Calgary go rollerblading quite a bit. And in the past, we would go 6 kilometers or so, and when things were shut down and it was the pandemic, it would be kind of open all over the place, and we'd be rollerblading all over. But never really like on hockey type of surface or like rollerblading with a stick, just rollerblading out there for fun. But yeah, definitely have done it quite a bit.
Awesome. Sadie Marina with another one. Do you like opera music? And if you do, what is your favorite?
Can't say that I've gotten into opera music or am familiar with anything to list as a favorite. So sorry about that.
Hey, never too late to get into it, although I'm not much of an opera guy myself. Ben Campbell with another one. What's your favorite candy? You got a sweet tooth at all?
I'm not a huge candy guy, but I would say my favorite candy it might only exist in Canada. They're the brand Maynard's. They're fuzzy peaches. There's a bunch of similar different kinds, I believe, down kind of all over the place, but those little small orange peach flavored sugary candies, yeah, those are my favorite.
Awesome, man. Yeah, if I ever get up there, I might have to try them. One last question before we go, and this one comes from me. What have you been up to this off season? You got any hobbies, hidden talents, anything you've been doing up there in Calgary just to kind of pass the time during the off season? And how have you been training for this upcoming season?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a little bit of a busy off season. I mentioned getting that puppy at the start of the off season, so he's been a ton of fun. Then I actually got married on August 2nd, very recently.
Oh man, congratulations!
Thank you so much. Yeah, so that's a big step, and very happy, and something that was kind of working along for the last almost a whole year, and last little bit in the summer was a lot of stuff going on. So happy to have had that happen, and then now just been doing some training, having some more time leading up towards the start of the season to get more on the ice and keep getting in the gym, and just continuing to build upon my skills and my strengths, and building on my weaknesses as well, and getting ready for the season.
Well, congratulations, man. Sounds like you've had a great off season.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
That's awesome to hear. And I'm getting an executive order right now. So the president has issued an executive order. We're going to do one more question from the president. What do you do to pass the time on the bus?
I'll listen to music. I'll watch a movie or a TV show. Play some cards with the guys as well. There's always a good group of guys that like to play cards for quite a long time. Some of those bus trips are a while, and they're back there for 3, 4, 5 hours playing cards. So yeah, those are the main things.
Awesome, Alex. Well, thank you so much for your time and joining me here tonight. So happy to have you back with the Glads. Enjoy the rest of the offseason. Once again, congratulations. And we're looking forward to seeing you hit the ice with the Glads this fall.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on the show.
Appreciate it. Well, there you have it. Alex Young returns to the Gladiators. He's the 9th Gladiator to have officially been announced to have signed with the squad this season. We're continuing to build the squad. We're continuing to build the forward group. If you want to learn a little bit more about that, you can catch my interview with Matt Ginn, Gladiators head coach and director of hockey operations, yesterday. That is on our YouTube channel. And don't forget to stay tuned for next week's State of the Glads on YouTube on Wednesday at 6 o'clock p.m. Going to be unveiling some pretty cool stuff. And we are also going to be answering your questions about season tickets, things of that nature heading into next season. So a lot of fun stuff on the docket. As for the player signings, we're going to have some more in store for you on Tuesday and Thursday next weekend. So you don't want to miss it. So come back on Tuesday at 6 o'clock p.m. for the latest edition of the Player Signing Show, presented by Lippes Mathias, attorneys at law. And if you need a little bit more Gladiators to fill your night and to fill your empty space, go check out our social media platforms. Our social media and marketing staff do such a great job. You can really fall down that rabbit hole on the talk. They do a great job. So I encourage you to go follow all our social media channels, not just TikTok. We've got Instagram, X, Facebook, and of course, right here on YouTube. Smash like, hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to come back next week on Tuesday to find out who the 10th Gladiator to join the squad is. That'll do it for this episode of the Player Signing Show presented by Lippes Mathias. I'm Guy Carenza saying good night and so long, and we'll see you again next week.